I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's, using what he got to shield him.
When people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me.
Boxing is strictly for a check now. It's just all about getting a check. They're going to be fake fighting. They're going to probably fake fight 12.
Terence Crawford has publicly criticized Gervonta Davis following new rigging allegations, calling out the undefeated champion in a live interview.
Tank said I was a meat lover. He came in like, oh, this guy, you a meat lover.
But Tank would never even think about hesitating to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. If Tank get to pick his opponent, he would do it. I really don't like him. I don't like.
It's not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
I don't like nothing about him. No, I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's, like he got a lot of security guards around him, and he know. He's in the limelight and stuff like that, but got skills, he got power, he got tremendous boxing ability, but like his core.
Crawford, also known as Bud, made it clear that he doesn't Gervonta Davis, accusing him of hiding behind his power and fame to protect his status in boxing. He went even further.
Tay Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and daring to be great.
You would fight him,
man. Tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow,
man.
Tay said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-count.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's...
Suggesting that Gervonta Davis influenced to fix fights and sway decisions in his favor, ensuring his dominance remains unquestioned.
What I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a everybody a clue with him.
Crawford didn't hold back, mocking Davis and questioning his credibility as a true fighter. Gervonta Davis wanted to be great. He should step up and face him in the ring. Crawford's remarks challenged Davis's willingness to take on elite opponents, implying that he actively avoids dangerous fights to maintain his unbeaten record.
Davis has finally established himself as the biggest duck in boxing. There's always been a debate, we throw Brian Norman in there, we throw Canelo in there, then we got Tank, we have the top 3 pound-for-pound ducks. Tank has went head and shoulders above everybody else. He's become the undisputed pound-for-pound #1 duck in boxing. Yesterday, he had his press conference with Lamont Roach. He spoke about Shakur Stevenson. Let's take a look at it. So someone asked him about a Shakur fight. He immediately dismissed it. He said, and I quote, "For what? What has Shakur done? What has he done in the sport? He hasn't done nothing. Keyshawn Davis is looking way better than him, and Keyshawn hasn't even done nothing. I'm afraid of what? For us fighters to be afraid of someone, it has to be someone who's hitting us and..."
The controversy erupted following the highly debated outcome of Lamont Roach Jr.'s fight, Gervonta Davis, which many fans and analysts believed was unfairly decided. Gervonta.
Have I seen a boxer take a knee mid-round and the referee acts like it didn't even happen? And Tank's excuse was, "Oh, I got grease in my eye." It does not matter. You took a voluntary knee. That should be a 10-8 round. And again, the referee just acts like it was no big deal. And you probably had grease in your eye because...
voiced his frustration on social media, stating, "They robbed that boy, and it's crazy." His reaction echoed the widespread belief that Roach was denied a well-earned victory.
And before the action begins, so the clock hasn't started, the punches aren't being exchanged, and he goes, "Referee, I have a problem," and takes a knee in that moment. The referee can address it. "Well, the round hasn't started. What's going on with you? If you do that mid-round, especially after Roach has just landed a jab, for all we know, What if one of his knuckles just went straight into the eye? It was only a daft range-finding jab, but what if the knuckle or the thumb went into Gervonta Davis's eye? Maybe it pushed that little innocuous jab. Maybe it pushed the eyelashes under his eyelid so he couldn't see. He was blurred in that eye. Maybe in that second, Steve Willis's initial instincts were dead right. He should have said, "What are you doing? I had something in my eye. I'm going, oh fuck! I've got to take a point off." He hit you with a jab. You took a knee and he walked away. You weren't defending yourself. I have to take a point off. And in that moment, Steve Willis had to take. I'm sorry, mate.
Further fueling concerns over corruption in boxing. Communities share Crawford's concerns, arguing that high-profile fights involving big names like Davis seem rigged, with results appearing predetermined before the fighters
never see that fight happening again. It just will not happen. Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't like hard fights. It's that simple. We've seen it over and over. He fought a Ryan Garcia drained. He fought a very inexperienced Rolly Romero. He will not fight Devin Haney. He will not fight Shakur. He will not fight Pitbull Cruz again. He will not fight Lamar Roach again. He will not fight Tefimo. He will not fight Ino. He will not fight those guys. That's just not
even step into the ring. Critics claim that the Roach fight was manipulated and questionable officiating once again, Gervonta Davis reinforcing the perception that boxing's integrity is at risk. In response to Crawford's harsh, Gervonta Davis dismissed him as nothing more than a hater. He questioned how Crawford could make such strong accusations without knowing him personally. Davis expressed frustration over what he saw as baseless and unfair claims, suggesting that people often judge him without truly
Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Any questions?
The way that you reacted, it looked like you was upset. You slammed your gloves on the canvas. What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
I didn't slam my glove on the canvas. I like a draw, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds.
Understanding his character. This back and forth between the two champions has only added to the rising tension between them. Beyond the Roach fight, many boxing fans and analysts have long accused Davis of strategically avoiding top-tier opponents. Critics argue that he cherry-picks his fights, ensuring he only steps into the ring against opponents he knows he can beat. One of the biggest knocks against him is his reluctance to grant a rematch to Ryan Garcia, despite their highly publicized first fight. Additionally, his unwillingness to entertain a potential matchup with Crawford raises further questions about whether he is dodging fighters who could expose his weaknesses. The controversy surrounding Davis continues to grow as more voices within the boxing world call for transparency and fair judging, while his talent and power are undeniable.
So it was this, but styles make fights. And I know that Tank is shorter. He's fast, but Lamont got good defense. And I just knew exactly how that fight was gonna go. I told everybody that Lamont was gonna be the one pushing forward. Tank was gonna be the boxer, and it literally looked exactly how I thought it was gonna look.
How did you see the actual fight? Like, let's break it down, because you was ringside. You sat. I saw you on Twitter. They showed the videos of you ringside. What did you see in the fight?
Shit, I kind of seen.
The ongoing allegations of fight fixing and hand-picked opponents threaten to overshadow his achievements. With Crawford openly challenging him and fans demanding more accountability, Davis may soon have to prove himself against the toughest competition to silence his critics once and for all.